welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. My name is Liz and this is Let's Get Lizical, where we do everything card making. Today we're doing another Christmas in July video, and we're going to be making a card using these products. I bought this Flourish Bear from Simon Says Stamp last year, and super cute. I did use it, I think, once or twice for a card, and I feel like doing it again. I think the one I did was off camera, so we'll do it on camera this time. I got my nested dies out. I don't use these very often, usually for ink blended panels where I want to like maybe move it around a bit, but I am trying to figure out what kind of mats I want to do on my card, so this will come in handy. I'll show you how in a minute. I'm also using this set, which is called Trees and Stars from Simon, just for the greeting. We're going to do the season's greetings in probably silver embossed on this. I also have an embossing folder from Gina K. I think it's the only Gina K thing I actually own, but I absolutely love this embossing folder. So we're going to be embossing the solid cardstock and then matting that with this snowy paper. This is from a Simple Stories pack I have from 2021 called Feelin' Frosty. I like the colors in this. It's all like teals and grays and slates, pinks. It's really cute. It's very fresh. But I absolutely love this the snow backdrop here. I'm just using a top folding card today because I have one in my stash, so I'm going to use it up for this card. So we'll do the first mat with this one, which I wanted to do in the second size down, like that. And then I was thinking for the next layer down, we want to do it smaller. So I am thinking of going fairly small for that. And then the polar bear would kind of sit here. And then we'll do the sentiment off to here, which should fit fine. Let's just lay it all out. This is what I'm teaching you today. Laying out your cards before you actually make them. Yeah, that will be perfect. And I think doing it in the same color as the top matte layer will be perfect. Everything will kind of like bleed off of this matte layer, which I love doing as well. So I think that will be the plan for today. This is loosely based off of this card inspiration I found on Pinterest. I'll link the Pinterest pin that I have below. And yeah, so I will assemble the card and do a voiceover while I'm doing this. Hey guys, voiceover Liz here. So I think if you're looking to mass produce a card, this one would be a good option. You don't necessarily need to have the dies for the matting layers. If you want to do it manually, you can do the background layer 4 by 5 1/4, and then do the matte layer 3 by 4 1/4, and you'll get the same look. And then you can play around with those sizes depending on how much of the background paper you want to show. You could make it a little bit bigger if you're not like a huge fan. That would be a good way to use up paper that you're like not a huge fan of, but you still want to use it up, would be to use it for the bigger mat and then kind of put a smaller mat on top. It doesn't necessarily need to be this small. And then you can always, like the inspiration image, mix different pattern papers. You can do it this way where I'm using one pattern paper, one solid color, which I think is helpful if you're not good with mixing pattern papers. Like I know paper packs like are made to coordinate usually, and especially if they're double-sided print, like the print on the back should coordinate with the print on the front. But if you're doing bigger panels like this, it's harder to get 2 of those out of those paper packs without wasting paper, which is why Jess Craft templates are really good for paper busting if you want to use up all of it and not waste anything. But I think this is a good way just to add texture to a card, is to do the embossing panel. That, you know, there's different types of texture. There's like physical texture where like the embossing, like it's adding surface texture, but like there's also visual texture in like the patterns and the prints that you decide to use. So like the snowflakes in the background look like snowflakes that you could like reach out and touch and you would know what like the snowflakes feel like kind of thing, you know? Like it's more mental, but that's getting a little deep. But yeah, so this is just, again, something you can quick and simple like throw together, especially if you're using something like this Flourish Bear, where you don't really have to do anything to it other than put the backing on it for the eyes and the nose color. And for that, I still cut it out in the same white. I just ended up coloring it with an alcohol marker so that I don't have to cut a bunch of different colors of cardstock. You definitely can, and then you could do it in different colors, but it's just easier to cut everything in white and color it for me. So I just did that. Plus I'm using up more of the paper instead of wasting little scraps. I'm using them up. And then just to add a little bit of glitter to this bear, I am using my clear Stardust Jelly Roll pen, and I'm just going over all of those embossed lines just to give it a little bit of sparkle. I'm going to add a little bit more to the background of the card, which you'll see in a bit, but I'm going to work on the sentiment first. And for the sentiment, again, I'm going to stamp it on the same color I used for that matting layer, and then we're going to heat emboss it using Lawn Fawn's clear embossing ink and silver powder. So this card probably took me about like 10-15 minutes to put together. You saw me do the entire process. The first part of my video was live chatting. This video was about 20 minutes maybe before editing. And it's, again, just a quick and simple card to put together. And I feel like when you're mass producing, it'll be a lot quicker to put it together if you want to make a ton of these. You can just like slap them all together because you would do all the steps at one time, so it would help like speed things up as well. You could probably do 4 or 5 at least in an hour and not have to worry about it. So if you need like half a dozen cards, just pick this style and make a bunch of them in different colors, and it would be so much fun to do. Again, you can mix and match your patterns. You can do traditional colors, non-traditional colors. You can make them all the same if you want. If you have enough of the patterned paper, you probably need like a 12 by 12 sheet for that. And then you would probably be able to get 6 cards out of the patterned paper at the background, no problem. For the bear, I wanted to also prop him up on foam tape, so I am double layering his butt because he's going to go over the already foam taped center mat. And then I added 1 layer on top of the rest of it just to prop him up on that matte layer. And then I'm doing the same with the sentiment on the opposite side. I'm doubling up the foam tape on the right hand side. Once that's done, I'm going to add more of my Stardust pen in the background on the embossed panel. I'm just going to add it to a couple of the stars and a few dots here and there just to add a little bit of extra glitter because I feel like snowy scenes need the glitter. But that's pretty much our card for today, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and let me know your thoughts. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe because I'd love to have you here. And make sure you follow me over on Instagram and or Facebook for additional content in between the days where I do videos. I hope you guys have a great week. And until next time, thanks, guys. Bye.